Just for a second, stop. Because I need you to think about something. Right now, somewhere on the internet, there's a woman sitting in front of a camera. No Hollywood budget, no talent agency, no industry connections, just her style, and an idea that most people would have laughed at. And that woman, she turned that idea into over 2 million followers. Now here's the part that nobody talks about because everybody's too busy counting her likes to actually study what she built. This wasn't luck. This wasn't one viral moment. This was a calculated move executed over years on a niche so specific that most creators would have run from it, and she ran straight into it. Her name on the internet is Treasure Passion. You might have heard her called LaDonna Sanchez, and honestly, whatever name you know her by, the story behind that name is what's going to keep you watching this video until the very last second. Because here's what we're really talking about today. We're talking about a woman who looked at a crowded internet and said, I'm going in a different direction. We're talking about videos crossing 2 million views in a niche that nobody predicted would explode. We're talking about a brand built from scratch, a community built on trust, and a business model that most full-time creators would envy. And we're talking about what happens when someone stops trying to fit in and starts building something entirely their own. Family, I've covered a lot of creators on this channel, but this one is different. So turn your screen brightness up, put your phone down, because Gorgeous Models is about to take you inside the world of one of the most strategically brilliant digital creators online today. This is the story of Treasure Passion, and it starts in a way you're absolutely not expecting. Let's start with something that a lot of people get wrong when they talk about online creators. They assume it happened overnight. They see the numbers, 630,000 on TikTok, 107,000 on YouTube, 2.1 million across all platforms, and they think, oh, she just got lucky. She posted something, it went viral, and boom. But here's the truth. When you actually dig into Treasure Passion's journey, what you find isn't luck. What you find is intention. Now, officially, the name she goes by across her platforms is Treasure Passion. That's her YouTube channel, that's her verified Link Me page, that's the brand she built. The name LaDonna Sanchez circulates widely in tribute videos and fan communities, and it's the name most associated with her online persona outside of her own channels. But whether you know her as LaDonna or as Treasure Passion, the woman behind that name built something remarkable, and that is what this video is about. So who is she really? Based on her content, her captions, the community she's built, and the direction she's taken her career, she's a woman rooted in Southern California, San Diego area specifically. And if you've ever spent time in that world, the sunshine, the style, the confidence, you can feel it in every single frame of her content. She didn't come from a background of modeling agencies or fashion industry connections. She came from herself, her own vision, her own sense of style, and at some point she made a decision that changed everything. She was going to put that vision on camera, and the internet was never the same. Here's a question for you. When you think of content that goes viral on YouTube, what comes to mind? Pranks? Gaming? Drama? Celebrity news? Now, here's one you probably didn't think of: office wear. Specifically, blazers, pencil skirts, pointed heels, and the kind of polished, put-together aesthetic that makes you feel like you're about to run a board meeting and a photo shoot at the same time. That's the world Treasure Passion stepped into, and she didn't just step in, she owned it. In March of 2022, she uploaded a video called Office Look with Stockings, and something happened that content creators spend years chasing. It connected deeply. Within a relatively short window of time, that video had climbed to nearly 1.5 million views, not because of clickbait, not because of controversy, but because she had found something that genuinely resonated with people. Then, just weeks later, in April 2022, she uploaded office wear with different pantyhose, and that video crossed 2 million views. 2 million views on office fashion content. You have to stop and appreciate what that means. In a digital landscape absolutely flooded with content every single day, she had found her lane and she was flying in it. The combination of polished office aesthetics, confident styling, and her own magnetic on-camera presence created something that felt fresh, different, aspirational without being unattainable. And here's what makes it brilliant from a content strategy perspective. She wasn't copying anyone. There wasn't a template for office fashion creator who builds millions of followers on YouTube. She essentially wrote that template herself. The look became iconic. Think structured blazers, think sleek heels, think that whole universe of office wear meets editorial fashion, but presented with warmth, personality, and that unmistakable Southern California energy. Her comment section started filling up with people saying they'd never thought about dressing that way before watching her. Women sharing that she made them feel excited to get dressed in the morning. Men saying they'd share her videos with their wives or girlfriends. The content wasn't just entertainment, it was inspiration. And Treasure Passion was just getting started. One of the things that separates good creators from great creators is understanding that no single platform is forever. The internet shifts, algorithms change, audiences migrate, and the creators who last, the ones who build something truly durable, are the ones who understand that you don't build a following, you build an ecosystem. Treasure Passion understood this early. YouTube was where it started, at least in terms of documented history. Her channel launched in December 2021, according to Social Blade records, and within a few months, she was already generating multi-million view content. That's not a slow build, that's a rocket launch. But she didn't stay in one place. TikTok became a major part of her world, with her primary account at Treasure Passion growing to over 630,000 followers, plus a backup account at Treasure Passion 619 sitting at an additional 332,000 followers. That's nearly 1 million people across TikTok alone, people who show up specifically to see what she's going to post next. On TikTok, her energy shifts slightly. The platform calls for something faster, more spontaneous, and she delivers. Her TikTok content uses hashtags like Office Girl and OOTD, keeping that signature aesthetic front and center while adapting to TikTok's rhythm. She understands that what works on a 10-minute YouTube video isn't the same as what stops a thumb mid-scroll on TikTok, and she adjusts accordingly. Then there's Instagram, where her visual brand lives at its highest quality. Instagram is where the editorial shots land, where the outfits are displayed at their most polished, where the brand identity is sharpest. And tying it all together, her Link Me page, a verified hub that connects all her platforms in one place, giving followers a single destination that says, "Here I am, this is everything, come find me." The total reach across all platforms, 2.1 million. 2.1 million. That's not an influencer, that's a media brand. Here's something the most successful content creators all have in common. They know when to grow. Not because they're bored, not because they've run out of ideas, but because they understand their audience well enough to know when the relationship is ready for something deeper. For Treasure Passion, that moment came gradually and beautifully. The office content was the foundation, but starting around 2024, something started to shift. The uploads started to include different kinds of videos. Time with Me, cleaning and getting ready and cooking, uploaded in July 2024. Day in a lifestyle content, Vlogmas content for the holidays, and then in September 2025, something that felt like a declaration, a video where she announced she was turning into a daily vlogger in October. Think about what that means. She wasn't walking away from what made her famous, she was expanding it. She was saying, I'm more than an outfit, I'm a person, and I want you to know that person. and the audience responded. The vlog content opened up new dimensions of Treasure Passion that her followers hadn't seen before. The gym, the cleaning routines, the behind-the-scenes moments of her day, and perhaps most powerfully, weekly vlog, Meet My Mom, posted in March 2026, around the same time her YouTube channel crossed the 100,000 subscriber milestone. That video is a masterclass in creator-audience connection because it says, you've watched me in office outfits, you've watched me do try-ons, you've watched me get ready, now meet the people who made me. Now see me as a daughter, not just a creator. That kind of vulnerability, that's what turns followers into fans. That's what turns fans into community. And it happened right at the same moment she was celebrating 100K on YouTube, a number that many creators spend years chasing and never reach. The growth data tells the story in numbers, from approximately 100,000 subscribers in late February 2026 to 107,000 by mid-March 2026. That's thousands of new subscribers in just 2 weeks. Organic, loyal, real growth. She didn't just build an audience, she built a relationship. No creator builds something this size alone. And one of the most fascinating things about Treasure Passion's world is the network she's built around herself. Because when you look closely at her content, you start to notice names and accounts that appear again and again, and they paint a picture of something bigger than one person. The most notable name in her creator circle is @ATQModel, a collaborator and friend who gets shout-outs and direct mentions in Treasure Passion's video descriptions. This is the kind of genuine collaboration that audiences can feel. It's not a paid partnership dropped into a video, it's a friendship that happens to also produce great content. Then there's the broader ecosystem that gathered around the office aesthetic theme, including a group presence connected to the name Foreplay VIP, described at one point as your favorite coworkers. Think of it as an entire universe of creators who share a visual language, a vibe, and an audience. It's collaborative without being copycat. It's community without being corporate. This kind of network building is something that business schools should study, honestly. Because here's what it does. It multiplies reach without diluting identity. When your collaborators have their own loyal audiences and those audiences discover you through them, you're not buying exposure, you're earning it. You're being vouched for. And that's exactly what Treasure Passion built, a circle of creators who elevate each other, who share audiences without competing, who create a world that followers want to live inside. That's not just content strategy, that's community architecture. And it's the March 2026 milestone video, crossing 100,000 YouTube subscribers while introducing her mom to her audience, that ties it all together. Because that video is basically the whole story in one moment. Here I am, here's where I come from, thank you for being part of this. That's not content, that's connection. So where does Treasure Passion go from here? Honestly, the trajectory is pointing up. The YouTube channel crossed 100K and is still growing, hitting 107,000 by mid-March 2026 with no signs of slowing down. The daily vlog direction she announced in late 2025 is generating consistent, regular content that keeps the algorithm happy and the audience engaged. The TikTok presence is strong, the Instagram brand is established, the pieces are all in place. And when you look at where the smartest creators in this space go next, you see patterns worth noting. Brand collaborations at a higher level, potential fashion-adjacent product lines, expanded content collaborations, and deeper community building through things like Patreon, which she already has active. The move toward daily and weekly vlogs is particularly interesting because it creates a level of intimacy with the audience that episodic fashion content simply can't match. When you're watching someone's weekly vlog, you're not just a viewer, you're following a life. That kind of engagement is what transforms a content creator into a public figure in the truest sense. and Treasure Passion is clearly on that path. The foundation was the office aesthetic, the niche, the iconic look that pulled in millions of views starting in 2022. But the future? The future is the full story of who this woman is. The fashion, the family, the fitness, the journey, the community she's built and continues to build. And based on everything we've seen, we are absolutely here for it. And that family is the story of Treasure Passion, a creator who started with a blazer, a camera, and a vision, and turned it into a 2 million follower brand, a thriving YouTube channel, and a genuinely inspiring story about what happens when you bet on yourself. She didn't follow a formula, she wrote one. And the most exciting part? The story isn't over, not by a long shot. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. It genuinely helps us reach more people who love stories like this one. And if you haven't subscribed to Gorgeous Models yet, what are you waiting for? We find the most fascinating, inspiring, and incredible figures in the modeling and digital creator world, and we tell their stories the way they deserve to be told. We'll see you in the next video. Stay gorgeous.